Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Investing Bros.
Looking in here, guys, we do have Fed Chair Powell speaking today at 12:30 a.m. my time. That will be 2:30 p.m. over there. Initial jobless claims came in this morning. Was at 265,000 people filing for unemployment. Was consensus and forecasted to be 265,000 or 266,000. Actually came in at 239,000. So less people losing their jobs this week than last week, and coming in under what was expected. So that's a good thing. Here's the 24-hour warning, guys. PCE is coming in tomorrow morning, guys, right now at 0.4%. A month over month consensus and forecast is that it will be at 0.3. Looking at personal income tomorrow morning, personal spending tomorrow morning, and then the big one, the PCE price index year over year. This is important. Number one factor that the Federal Reserve looks at for rate hikes. Final day of the month, we have the end of the month futures on Bitcoin and Ethereum closing, and we have a quarterly futures closing. So between those two events on top of PCE, the next 24 hours could be critical, because a perfect storm of bad info and a lot of manipulation in the market could really send prices either pumping or dumping. Looking at CPI data here, guys, 2.48%, staying static 3 days in a row. You guys see me pull this up all the time, and we've seen it move up 0.2% or down 1/100%. We're actually seeing static trueflation for the past 3 days, which is a little odd. Not sure what's going on there. It's like they are sitting and waiting for tomorrow's information also. Looking at Bitcoin here, guys, $26.9 million in liquidations in the last 24 hours. Pretty low overall for Bitcoin liquidations. Actually coming in with more short liquidations, meaning we had some upside that pumped in and faked people out, and someone was someone's exit liquidity. So looking at Ethereum here at 15.3, the last 24 hours, we had $105 million total in liquidations. Number one on that list coming in, OKX, again, just above Binance. Almost 39 million of those dollars worth of those liquidations on the OKX exchange. So
we are up this morning. We've been hovering at 76. I told you guys for a while, we're more than likely going to get a rate hike here the next meeting. Not denying that. What's detailed, though, is Jerome Powell said the next two meetings there should be 2 rate hikes, right? We're seeing them predict 1 rate hike, but they are not predicting in the next one. There's 27% saying we'll raise again, but they're not saying that they believe Jerome Powell. The change that we do have is, instead of starting rate cuts in January, they are saying that January at this point will pause. Let's see what happens when we keep moving on. You guys see, 525 to 550. Let's see, do they predict a cut in March? No, they're holding at this point. There's actually still belief that we're going to be paused in March of next year. CME Futures is predicting that the first rate cut will come March of 2024. Bitcoin Fear and Green Index ticked down into neutral. I have a sneaky suspicion, though, guys, that this is going to be in green back tonight. But last night, it did tick in at 54. Of course, yesterday, we had a brief couple of minutes where the price of Bitcoin dropped below 30,000. Right now, we're pushing back up towards 30,800. We're about to get over there. But Bitcoin Fear and Green Index actually sitting in a nice spot this morning at 54. I want to start off before we jump in. Of course, you guys know one of the partners of our channel is Chart Prime. You guys see us do TA using Chart Prime every single day. The best indicator out there. If you guys are looking for a chance to get some, we do have a link down below where you can buy a month at a time or a quarter at a time and get 45% off your first purchase. July 2nd through July 8th, there will be access for you to buy lifetime membership to Chart Prime. You're probably not going to want to miss that. But if you're just not sold yet, you can go down below and get 45% off with our link. It's quite the steal. Let's go ahead and look in here at what is happening. I'm going to go all the way down to the hourly chart. We're just going to start off with formations, then we'll pull up oscillators and indicators and everything else that's nice and sweet. We had this line drawn yesterday. I'm going to watch this for now, guys. I'm going to watch what happens. We had a kind of a bull trap kind of happen right here. Not that I think it's over. I actually like what I'm seeing right here. I want to watch to see what Bitcoin's price does when it gets back to approaching somewhere here around 31,000. Let's just go ahead and round it up there. Without this level right here, we are in a rising channel. Technically, you could call this a rising wedge. I'm going to go ahead and just keep this as a channel. Yesterday, as I mentioned, we briefly wicked down here. Notice even on the hourly chart, we didn't close a single candle below this blue ascending support line, but we did wick down to 29,858 and then quickly jumped back up above 30. I guess we had 2 different hourly candles that have wicks below 30K, but both of them closing still above 30K and above this rising level of support. So we're still sitting here moving in what I would call a bull flag. And of course, those of you who have been watching the channel now for the last couple days and weeks, you guys know we have this box sitting up here. Let me go and just extend this over, saying potentially we could make a push up towards 36K. Boom. That gives a top level right there. 36,200 actually, a little higher. Don't know if we're going to shoot right up there. There is some resistance going to be pushing up right here around 33.6, 33.5, give or take. We have a strong level of support. Yeah. Oh, look at that, guys. Didn't even think I was going to say that. We came down yesterday. What we wicked on, we came down and tested this 12-hour multi-time frame support level on the 12 hours. This orange line, that's another resistance level sitting there at 33.6. This kind of gives us a little window here. The more aggressive bull flag is going up to 36,200. You could also get a little bit more conservative with this. You could come back down here to June 23rd, up to the beginning of our flag, move this flagpole over. This would give us the prediction in the middle of this yellow zone, sitting a little closer to 34,400. So I'm watching this yellow box. Yes, technically it's a little bit of a large range between 33.6 and about 36.2. Either way, though, this could be very, very interesting. Of course, last thing I'll do, and then we're going to jump in and look at some oscillators here. I'm looking at this long-term, very long-term Fibonacci levels going back to all-time high. Guess what also kind of gives us some confluence here at 36K is that 0.382 level we have talked about with a lot of significance on this channel. This is a major bullish flash right here. Again, I think that Piper's right. Some of this economic data is going to be very helpful as well over the next 24 hours. But notice we've gotten all these overbought flashes. The RSI sitting high, starting to come back down. As I'm speaking, our price is sitting at the level where we have the highest candle body close in over a year. Oscillators, RSIs, chart prime oscillator, anything you see, MACD, you name it. They don't measure candle body wicks. They measure where candles close. What's my point here? What is Tim trying to get at? The fact that price is back up to tying the highest it has been in over a year, and yet the oscillators are still dropping. What we've talked about on this channel is this is the classic reloading phase.
Looking at Ethereum right now, I told you that if we pulled back that we would be looking at the delta line here of the predictive ranges. That's that blue line in between the two gold bands that we trade in. And I told you that we had the dynamic reactor and the trend assist all running along here too, in line with flex volume indicator that we now have also. And I also said in line with this that we had the 786 of the Fibonacci's. We held strong support on the 4-hour chart. Did a little wick down through that, pretty much almost went in to hit that flex volume profile and then back up. We're holding there pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking good. I timmed my chart just now, so excuse me. There we go. What I'm seeing right here, guys, we are getting a bounce up, little rejection right now on this former breaker block that we have here, and we do have a little bit of some signs here on the oscillators showing us some hope. Looks like our money flow index is about to curve back up here. The trend fusion oscillator did flip. We did get this bottom indicator for the uptrend with the ribbon twist and the momentum dot bouncing out of the bearish zone. I love to get on the trades at these ranges here for longs, and I love to get them here for shorts. Perfect bounce there. We do have the RSI starting to come back up and hitting the 50% line. And look here, the fast mover, slow mover on the MACD normalized. Guys, these two bottom oscillators on here, absolutely free. You can put these on your charts. Do not have to pay for them. Just go in, type chart prime in the indicator, all one word, and you will see MACD normalized. Right now, the fast mover, slow mover moving averages about to make a golden cross here. Histogram about to flip on the zero line. Will we see another return of downside after a peak like we've seen here? I do not know right now, but I am more prone to think that we are going to actually come back up and visit the 887 at 1921 today, hitting this nice order block up here with very high liquidity in here. So that's what I got right now.
I want to bring one more thing to people's attention, and that is this ETH over Bitcoin chart. Some of you guys know this. Ben Cohen, choose your pronunciation.
The guy who banned me. Yes, that.
Yeah, the guy who banned you. Okay. He's predicting a drop on this. He's expecting that Ethereum's about to lose hard over Bitcoin. I'm not seeing the same boat, guys. I'm seeing this oversold flash here on the daily chart, mixing right here with support level of falling wedge. Falling wedges aren't perfect, so we absolutely could drop out of this. I'm not going to pretend that like we have to go to the upside, but Look at how low the RSI is, sitting at a 3 on the RSI, a support level of a falling wedge, and oversold on chart prime oscillators. We're well below our trend assistance and dynamic reactor, which sometimes is bad, but in this case, I think there's going to be like a magnet that pulls us back up. I think that Ethereum, I'm not saying that Bitcoin's dominance is going to stop rising whatsoever, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum gain a little dominance back and get back above 20% dominance here very, very soon. These things are very important to keep an eye on, and we won't do it today, but look forward in the future. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel when you come back. We're going to start doing some more TA with coins like XRP, Cardano, Matic, and others, not over USD, but over BTC, because we're going to get to a place in this world where that's the more important chart anyway. I'm going to go ahead and start doing some charting like that throughout the rest of this pre-bull market rally that we're seeing.
Wow, you made it to the end of the video. Great job. Now, if you want more content like this, whether it be TA on Bitcoin and Ethereum or altcoins, or you just want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest news in crypto, then stay tuned and tune in to our 9 a.m. live show every single weekday morning. It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when you tune in live, use the keyword grip strength in the chat, and you'll get a special shout out from anyone who's paying attention to the chat. Love to see you there.